And imagine, in one fell swoop, they can cause the oil prices to go up, food prices to go up, gasoline to go up. One little disaster, they can ruin so many industries and cause price increases and new regulations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was the other part of it I was going to talk to you about if you didn't bring it up. But, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden our gas prices here have jumped, 30, 40 cents a gallon.
Yeah. So that's how ridiculous it is. Just like when Katrina hit New Orleans, the next day gasoline was $5 a gallon. It had nothing to do with what was in the tanks already.
Right. No.
It's just a scam.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going on. It's another way of controlling the people. Putting us into fear, putting us in the victim mode, putting us in the lack mode. There's so many reasons for it. Sad that they have to do that.
Absolutely. And then, of course, another big story on the news is the financial collapse of Greece.
Yes.
And the EU bailout of Greece. Shades of Obama and what he did here. And, of course, that's devaluing the value of the euro, and some of my European friends are saying, well, could this mean that the euro will collapse and we'll go back to our original currencies? And absolutely not. That is not going to happen. This is another way of punishing or setting an example of a country that's considered, and I put this in quotes, inferior to the rulers of the EU. Angela Merkel and Germany, that is really who's running the EU. And Eastern European countries, Southern European countries, which have historically been considered inferior to the Western and Northern Europeans, they're being given an example of what's going to happen to them if they don't toe the line. And we can see this happen in Bulgaria, Romania, Croatia, all the other countries which are not particularly fond of by the other countries. And so they're considered second and third class citizens, and they're basically smacking them around and making an example of them. But what people should understand is that what happened in Greece could also happen here. The Greek economy, believe it or not, is 60% government jobs and only 40% private. And that's what's happening here in this country. And all of this talk that you hear on the news about things getting better and recovery and all of that, I think that's also a false sense of security, and quite the opposite is really happening.
Well, let's take a look at the stock market thing. They said, the reason for the stock market plummet was because somebody hit a wrong button on a computer. That's what they're saying, that it was a typo, and that's what created the panic. And it started over this whole Greece thing, and then that spurned off this whole buy or sell thing.
Well, I can imagine what finger was attached to that hand and whose body it was on. And I'm sure they had a little Illuminati hat on their head.
Yeah,
press the button.
Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't take a whole lot of imagination for that now, does it?
No. But it just shows you how literally with a press of a button or the flip of the switch, so many things can change in our world.